Guys, in this video, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about something that I'm sure most of us see if you get into going through a system once it has been set up for you. And what I wanted to show you here with this particular chilled water system that we have, we do have some redundancy. You know, the type of building that this is, the type of system that it is. This is one where it needed some significant redundancy within the system. Unfortunately, part of that redundancy, what we are seeing is that there are some points that should have been added to the system that did not get added properly. And what I mean by that, just to explain a little more, we have two pumps on the condenser loop. We also have two pumps on the evaporator loop for this chilled water system. Now just ignore these alarms right now, guys. If you'll notice from the outside air temperature, this chilled water system is down. There's also some other things going on with it as well. But for the purposes of this video, we can still see what we need to see. One thing that I want you to notice within this system is that there is no way of switching from one pump to the other. Unfortunately, when this system was set up, the way that it was specified and everything within this system, there is no maintenance switches, there is no lead lag or anything like that within this system. Now what that runs into and what you can't see here is these two pumps here do have basket filters. Of course, being on the condenser side, it's always a good idea to have filters and things like that to keep trash out of your system. Unfortunately, there is no way for us to easily shut down one of these pumps and switch it to the other. Basically what we have to do is go through overrides because the system is set up purely as a equalized runtime system. There are no maintenance switches, as you can see on the system here. There is no lead lag, as you can see. So basically what we have to do is we have to override another pump on, the one that is not running, and override the other one off. And of course, if many of you guys know, if you get into some of the CCT programming and things like that, CCT programs typically do not like overrides. The logic on a lot of the points, a lot of the logic blocks at that point will basically just shift to a hold state, and the logic will not always work properly. And so what we end up having to do is we end up creating a problem for ourselves. Now, if you are a building commissioning agent, if you are someone that is involved in designing these systems, it is very, very helpful to the folks that run these systems if you have the maintenance switch or a lead lag or some way of switching from one pump to the other. You know, if I needed to do some work on one of these condenser pumps for whatever reason, again, if you've got a basket filter, you know, one of the things that happens with this very system, you know, in the fall and something like that, when the leaves are falling, you get leaves in the tower, and the pump that is running, the basket filter will get full. You may need a way to switch over to the other pump and do it easily. Unfortunately, if you don't have a lead lag or a maintenance switch point, that's more difficult. I'm going to show you another system that we've done. Now, this is one that we redid back a couple years ago that is more to what we typically look for within our system, and it is because when we redid this system, we made sure to include some of the points that we wanted. Okay, we did actually a couple of things. For equalizing of runtime, basically what we did is we have a lead lag for each of the components within this system. You can see that it is a very redundant system. We have multiple pumps, we have multiple chillers and things like that. And of course, having the ability to switch the lead lag lets us basically just set up a schedule. You know, we can kind of do our own equalized runtime, but again, it can still be done within the system if you simply have a maintenance switch, which down here you can see that we have maintenance switches for each of the components, whether it is a tower, whether it is a chiller, or either one of the pumps. And what that allows us to do when one of these has to be serviced, we can simply disable the maintenance switch here and it will shut that pump down and take it out of the logic. Makes things much handier, makes things much easier. And then once that maintenance is finished, you can simply re-enable it and that pump will go back into service whenever the logic of the system calls for it. And this is one of those situations to where having that maintenance switch disabled and having the lead lag, what we can still do, once that service is done and you re-enable that maintenance switch, even if the opposite pump is in lead, what will happen is if there is a pump failure or that sort of thing, it will automatically switch over to the other pump regardless of what the lead is. Of course, it will generate an alarm, but at the same time, your system hopefully will stay online. But having the ability to switch over is very handy, guys. And unfortunately, this is something that is not currently within this system as of yet, but it is something that we will be adding in the very near future. But I wanted to take this time in this video to actually talk to you guys about that, to see if you guys have run into the same situation, which I'm sure you have if you have been involved in this type of work for any amount of time. This is something that you've definitely seen. And guys, if you are a commissioning agent, if you are into the design of a building, remember those points. Make it easier for your operators, make it easier for the folks that are going to be maintaining this system going forward. Little things like that can make the system function much better overall. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that in this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. Also, check out all the links down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.